Today I want to show you how to make a ruffle style deco mesh wreath using 10-inch deco mesh and ribbon.
Kick back and catch a vibe. We at home with Lisa. Kick back, it's a lifestyle. We at home with Lisa.
The materials that I'll be using today is going to be a 14-inch wire wreath frame. I did purchase this from Hobby Lobby, I do believe. And also I'm going to be using 10-inch deco mesh. I'm going to be using it in the silver glittery look. Also, I'm going to be using the green, which is 10 inch as well. And also I'm going to be using the red. And all three are the 10-inch deco mesh. Also, I have ribbon that I'm going to be using on the wreath, and also I'm going to be using the ribbon for my bow that I'm going to attach to the wreath as well. So we're going to be making the wreath with the deco mesh, and we're also going to be creating a decorative bow. I have chosen to use the red Chenille stems, as you're going to see how I attach it to the wreath. Also, I have some wire there, as well as I have three of these, what do you call these things? Anyway, I have three of those. Don't know if I'm going to use them, but I have my rotary cutter, I have my floral cutters, as well as a pair of scissors. Sometimes I don't use everything, but I like to have it. And of course, my handy dandy bow dabber I have here. So here's my frame that I'm going to be using, and if you would like to, you can purchase the frame with the Chenille stems already attached, but I chose to create and make my own. So at the base of this is where I'm going to start adding my Chenille stems. I'm going to add them all the way around my frame. My name is Lisa, and I am your host today on At Home with Lisa in making this ruffle style deco mesh wreath. This wreath is for a client, and she chose the colors green, red, and white. So I'm going to try my best to create something that she is going to love and that she is going to remember after Christmas is over. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I so appreciate each and every one of you for clicking on this video. And if you are a returning love bug, I can't tell you guys how much I can't do this without you guys. I need you all to be able to continue to grow the channel and to continue to bring you all great content. Here at Home with Lisa, we do everything home decor. It may consist of creating different types of DIYs to include in tablescapes, to include in vignettes, to include on mantles or in tables or in your bedroom, your bathroom, your family room. So I do it all. So as I stated earlier, I am here making a ruffle style deco mesh wreath for Christmas. So please just sit back, relax, and enjoy as I create this beautiful ruffle style deco mesh Christmas wreath for a client. So as you can see here, I am continuing to add all of my Chenille stems on the wreath frame. I do believe I'm going to have a total of 12 Chenille stems on the frame. plain 10-inch Deco mesh. I'm also going to use my rotary cutter to go ahead and cut my strips. And I am measuring each one at 19 inches. So each color, the green, the red, and the silver, I'm going to cut each one at 19 inches. And I'm also going to cut 12 of each color. So that's going to be a total of 36 pieces of Deco mesh. have cut all of my deco mesh, and I have a total of 36 pieces. And what I'm going to do, as you can see, I'm showing you the curl side up and the curl side down. I want to do the curl side down. I want it to lay flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer each color on top of each other. So I want to have a ruffle of 3 sheets of deco mesh. I'm starting with the green on the bottom, the silver on the top, the silver in the middle, and the red on the top. So I need to use some of my handy dandy tools to make sure that it lays down. So as you can see here, I'm using my rotary cutter there to hold down one end. So I'm placing the red on top. And once I get all 3 of them kind of measured together and in sync, then I'm going to ruffle them together. So here you're going to see me do the ruffle method. I'm going to make sure they're aligned as much as they possibly can. I'm going to put my 2 thumbs together, and then I'm just going to gather the mesh and bring the mesh to me. So there are my 2 thumbs together, and I'm taking my fingers to bring the mesh to me. And once I get so far, I'm going to take off my tool there that's holding the end and gather it together. You got to make sure that you hold on to it. Now I can say that because I have 3 pieces of mesh together, it is a little thick, so you're going to have to make sure that you hold on to it and that it doesn't unravel. But if it does unravel, you can just start over from the beginning. So this is what my ruffle looks like here. It looks like a little butterfly or flower. I'm loving the fact that I chose to use the 3 colors together. It looks so stinking cute. And so now I'm grabbing my wreath frame with my chenille stems attached. I'm going to open it up. Make sure you open up your chenille stems, and I'm placing my ruffle inside that chenille stem, and I'm going to tie tight at least 3 times around. And then I press down to make sure that it is secure. So that is what it is looking like, and I'm laying the ruffles in at a kind of a slanted way. That's the way I'm laying it in. So that is my first one that I have completed. Now I'm going on to the second one, and I'm going to do this throughout. Now I am going to change up my rhythm. As you can see here, I start with the green, then I put the silver in the middle, and then I put the red on the top. Well, I'm going to do 6 like that, and then I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to do 6, whereas I have the red on the bottom, the silver in the middle, and the green on the top. That's just to give it a little bit of contrast throughout the rounded area of the framed wreath. So here I'm putting my thumbs together, and I'm making sure that my mesh is lined up. I'm putting my thumb together, and now I am bringing the mesh to me, and I'm making sure that I am grabbing all 3 pieces of the mesh, because you want all of it to gather in together. And you may have to twist and turn to get it in there, but that is okay, because at the end of the day, the look that you want is you want the look of a ruffle, and that is what I am showing here right now, the ruffle. It is so cute, and I hope you guys are enjoying this tutorial here on how I'm showing you how I create my Ruffle Deco Mesh wreath here. I love doing wreaths. It is so soothing. It is so relaxing. And as you're creating these wreaths, you get so many ideas that come to mind that you want to do or that you can do with your next one. So don't worry about the extra chenille stems that you see sticking up, because at the end I'm going to go and I'm going to clip those off. So as you can see here, I have my Ruffle Decomeshwreath completely full, and all I'm doing right here is fluffing. I'm just pulling the deco mesh apart. So that's what I'm doing here. And then if you have any little frayed ends or strings hanging, you can just clip those off. That's just something that happens with the deco mesh. So it is full. I'm loving the way that it looks. One thing I hate is a skimpy looking wreath. Although this is a 14-inch, I am ensuring that it is full and it is thick. Now you all, we are moving on to our ribbon here. I'm going to be using a green, red, and white ribbon with a little bit of sparkle, and it is the 2.5 inch wreath here, and I am actually cutting each one at 12 inches. And I think I'm going to do about 6 pieces of this ribbon at 12 inches because I'm going to add it to my deco mesh wreath base, and I'm just going to try to spruce it up and make it look really, really pretty. So now I am going to be using some 1-inch ribbon as well. And oh, by the way, that red, green, and white ribbon, it does have wire in it. I love using the wired ribbon because you can manipulate it when you're using it. So this 1-inch ribbon, I am cutting it at about 14 inches, I believe, because I want it a little bit longer. And as you can see here, I'm showing you this is why I wanted it a little longer, because I wanted it to hang off of the 2.5-inch ribbon. So now I'm going to go ahead and dovetail my ends of the ribbon. I just like for the ribbon to look nice and neat and not frayed. And also it's going to give off a great look once I put my 1-inch ribbon on top of it. Now you can choose to dovetail, you can choose to slant cut, or just leave your ribbon as is, but I love the dovetail look. So I'm placing my 1-inch on top of the 2.5, and now I'm folding it in half because I need that crease in the middle. I need the crease in the middle, and this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to unfold it, and now I'm going to gather together where I folded it in the middle. Where you see that crease at, that's where I gathered. And so this is what I wanted the ribbon to look like. So now I'm going to go to one of my chenille stems, and I'm going to add that ribbon combo that I just created. I'm going to add it to it, and then I'm going to twist 3 more times. So now I'm just pretty much fluffing the ribbon out here so you all can see what it looks like. It just brings so much more beauty to the wreath. Now the 1-inch ribbon there, it is not wired. It is just regular ribbon. And what you're going to see me do now is you're going to see me cut off that excess chenille stem, because I am done with this one. I'm not going back into it, and I'm just going to twist it tighter, and I'm going to tuck it. And so I won't be doing anything with this one anymore. I'm all done with it. I am fluffing the ribbon, and you're going to see me later. I'm going to go back and I'm going to use my little scissors with the 1-inch ribbon, and I'm going to give it like a curl effect so it can lay. But right now it is cute and I am loving it. Look at there, y'all. Just simply beautiful. So I have done all of them here, and as you can see, I did do the curl effect, so they have like a little bit of a limp on the end, and it just lays inside the 2.5-inch ribbon. So here we are, guys. We are here. We are here to create the bow that is going to go onto the wreath itself. So I'm going to do probably about 6.5 to 7-inch loops here, and I'm just going to do, I believe, about 4 loops to create the bow. I don't want an extravagant bow because I don't want to take away from the look of the wreath itself. So I just wanted to give it a little bit of a beautiful contrast on the wreath, and so I'm just not doing like 8 or 10 loops here. I'm only going to do about 4. I love using this bow dabber, and as you can tell, I am doing my loop and I'm also flipping the ribbon because you want to make sure that the printed side is up. If you don't twist and flip, then it's not going to be right. You're going to have that dull side that should be up with the printed side of the ribbon. So you have to twist. So if you don't want to do the twist method, make sure that the ribbon that you purchase, that it has the same print on both sides. Added my 1-inch ribbon here, and I'm going to use the zip tie. I couldn't think of that in the beginning, but it's a zip tie, y'all. I'm using my zip tie to gather the ribbon together, and I just love using the zip tie. Of course, you can use the Chenille stem as well too, but I like using the zip tie because it's just, to me, it's just so much more secure. You just bring it together, as you can see here, and it's tightened and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about your loop sliding out. So here I'm just putting my ribbon together and I am fluffing it out, and in the next clip you're going to see the reveal. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for being patient and watching the process. Welcome to the reveal. You all, this turned out so beautifully. I want to give you a close-up look of what I have created here, and I love how I just made this like a mush bow with like 6 loops that I added there, and then you can see my individual double ribbon creation that I added to the mesh, and I have the bow here at the bottom, and there are my curly tails. They're just so cute. I love the look of the curly tails. I think I'm going to do that a little bit more often, but I do have another idea on how I want to incorporate it in wreaths in the future. I did deliver the wreath to my client and she loves it. She loves it a lot, and I am so happy. My heart is happy that she likes it. And another thing that I do on the back is I do add a covering on the back of the wreath so you don't see all the excess mesh back there, and it just makes it look a little bit more professional. And also I do add a hook on the back for hanging. You don't have to use it, but I have it there in case you want to use it. Well, all right, love bugs, I know this was a little lengthy here. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking it out with me. I would love to see some of you guys create some beautiful wreaths on your channel. Just go for it. Just try it. You know, DIYs are trial and error. Thank you all so much, and please give this video a big thumbs up and leave me some of your comments down below. If you would have done something differently, if you would have used different colors, just let me know, and I'll see y'all in the next.
Kick back and catch a vibe. We at home with Lisa. Kick back, it's a lifestyle. We at home with Lisa.